Hey, what's up, everybody? Ron Harris here. Ron Harris Muscle, and the Dubai Pro is over and done with. They're 8 hours ahead of where I live here on the East Coast of the U.S. Show has actually been over for a few hours, but I was at the gym training with legs with my wife, and that takes hours and hours. So, in case you missed it, first of all, subscribe, like, share, ring that bell. But here were the results. It was Behrouz Tabani, and I spell it the way he spells it on his Instagram. Behrouz Tabani won. That was his second pro win of the season. He also won the Flex Pro Italy, beating Nathan to Asha there. Second place, William Bonac, who won the M Pro France, beating Behrouz. This time, Behrouz turned the table on him. Third place, Nathan to Asha. Nathan, of course, won the Mr. Big Evolution show in Portugal a couple weeks back, beating William Bonac. See how these guys go back and forth, beating each other. Fourth place, Rubiel Mosquera, a.k.a. Neckzilla. Fifth place, Ali Edward Cargbo from United Arab Emirates. And I didn't put it, but sixth place was Khalid Aouni from Egypt. And now let's take a look at some of that footage, shall we? So let's look at the awards. This is Behrouz winning. Very, very happy. Nathan does not look happy. I wouldn't say Nathan's a sore loser, but Nathan is a fierce competitor. He hates to lose, hates it. Doesn't sit well with him. But you know what? That's the heart of a champion. Champions hate to lose. Bonac, a very, very strong second. Fourth place, Rubiel Mosquera. We'll look at these guys individually pretty soon. Take a look at that. I think the judges did the right thing based on what I've seen so far, but this is actually the first time I'm going to sit and analyze the footage. So even though this happened hours ago, I'm just really looking at it in detail now. So it's kind of like a reaction video. Indeed. All right. So that's Behrouz winning. Let's go to, let me get rid of that banner so it's not in your way anymore. And we'll go, congratulations, Behrouz. Let's look at first call out. Should we let him shine with his win for a second longer? Why not? $100,000. Nice payday. Third biggest payday after the Olympia, Mr. Olympia, and the Arnold Classic. So this show really put some money. Put your money where your mouth is. Is that what they say? Something like that. Congratulations, Behrouz. Okay. Let's look at the first call out from earlier in the day. Behrouz and William in the middle. You can see Rubiel on the left there. I believe that's Khalid Aouni from Egypt. Way over on the right, that's Ali Edward Cargbo. So you can see Rubiel Mosquera, Behrouz right there, William, and Nathan. The four in the middle there. Clear cut. It was pretty obvious by the way they had structured this that they were looking at either Behrouz or William for the win. I don't think Nathan was ever in the judges' minds based on the way they were moving them around and keeping certain people in the middle. You know, that doesn't always shake out that way. If you're wondering who that guy in the corner is, he was actually streaming this. I could look up the channel. He was streaming this off the live stream at the same time, which is quite a violation of copyright infringement, all that good stuff. I don't care. So I'm taking his video. I wasn't burning this off the actual stream. It was this gentleman broadcasting in Arabic off his channel, from his channel. So I know it's kind of tough to get a good look here. We're going to go to the top three in a bit. So they did move them around a little bit, as you'll see later, but for the most part, they kept Behrouz and William in the middle. When we look at them individually, you'll see the condition on those two was superior. Rubiel did not deliver. Rubiel was Giles's, who is actually in Milan, Italy right now with his lovely partner, Lauren. Rubiel was his pick to win, but he came in at 300 pounds, I believe, way too heavy. So we'll take a look at that. Just another judging. This was some more. It's the same lineup. It's repeating that last shot. Yeah. I think I'm going to go to the top three because that's when you get a much better. This is going to come closer in. So it was clear by this comparison that Rubiel was not in contention for the top three. This was clearly their top three. Nathan, William, and Behrouz. very different types of physiques, all amazing in their own way. And we'll look at the score sheet in a bit. I think it was pretty close. I'm just curious whether it was a perfect win, perfect score, victory for Behrouz, or if William and maybe even Nathan got some first place votes. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, condition. All three of them really brought their best today. I don't think any of them have lagged, and all three of them have been competing for weeks now. They've been holding their peak for some time. I believe the France show was earliest. France was the one Bonac won. The Empro show that was France, right? Or was it Spain? Boy, now I'm not sure. Now I have to go look. Where was Empro? I'm going to look while we're looking at that. Empro Classic. It was Alicante. My bad. What show was in France? That was the European Pro or something? Yeah, my bad, guys. My bad. Shrew Classic. Yeah. I just want to be able to show you the scores in a second. Dubai Pro results. Okay. It's almost done. So, yeah, you can see they each had strong points, weak points. They let everyone have a chance in the middle. You know, it was Steve Weinberger, the head judge. Steve works these guys. It's never a quick judging. Steve takes the time and really puts them through their paces. Let's take a look at, we're going to start with Rubiel for the individual here. So Rubiel, you could see there the conditions, it's not where it needed to be. Not as sharp as it needed to be. He's a monster. He is a freak. But I saw in a post, and I don't know if this is true, that he was 300 pounds here today. If so, he should have come in at 285. Yeah, you could see some blurry striations in his glutes. And I know this isn't crisp 4K Gilco footage here, but still you get an idea that he was not as crisp, tight. I know we kind of overuse the word dry a lot, but he wasn't as lean and sharp as he should have been. Looks a little watery, a little blurry, and that waist, you could see the obliques bulging out on the side there. I think if he comes down a good 10, maybe 15 pounds, I think that's going to draw the waist in just a little bit. He's still going to have that same bone structure. That's not going to change. But what would change is it'd be a little smaller, a little tighter, that waistline. And he needs that because he doesn't have the widest clavicles. He's also dancing his ass off. It's the last time you saw a 300-pound guy, muscular freak, dance like that. So props to him for trying to bring some entertainment to the show. And he's a work in progress. I was messaging his trainer, Chris Cormier, and he said he's a work in progress. So here was Nathan, our third place finisher. Let's see. I don't want to say anything about his condition because he's not even posing yet. He's just walking on stage. Looks pretty damn good to me. You know, he's right up there. I mean, this was a close top three as far as I saw it. He does have that longer waist, and he doesn't always control his midsection in the transitions. He sort of lets it pop out. You know, a lot of the big guys especially, they have a little bit of a, I don't say distension, but their midsections are a little bit larger than you would normally know because they keep the smart or the ones that are really diligent about it. They keep them sucked in, so you never see the gut popping out at all. Nathan needs to work on controlling that all the time because sometimes it does pop out a little bit. He's not keeping it sucked in, and does have a long waist. Yeah, but you know what? None of these guys are perfect. They've all got strong points, flaws. Nathan brought a great package today. I think he looked phenomenal. That's his lights out shot right there. It's most muscular. Yeah. Could have come in tighter. Now let's look at your runner-up. Former two-time Arnold Classic champion, Olympia runner-up, William Bonac, the Conqueror. So in the thumbnail, I actually had the top four perfectly when I did the power hour a few days ago with Giles. Let me pat myself on the back there. Had the exact top four in my thumbnail. So good job, Ron. Now, you didn't have to be a You didn't have to be that smart to figure out, to sort of guess that was going to be your top 4. Yeah, I thought Bonac looked really good here, but when we see Behrouz just brought that extra bit of sharpness, and he's been hitting show after show. This is his third show of the season. Yeah, second in Spain to Bonac. He beat Nathan in Italy, and here he was back again, already qualified. But I think the situation doesn't look promising as far as Behrouz getting to the Olympia, getting to the United States, getting a visa as an Iranian citizen. It is not easy. So if I was him, and Nathan's in a similar situation where it doesn't seem likely that he's going to get a visa. I hope they both do. I'd love to see them both in the Olympia. But where it doesn't seem likely, the smart thing to do would be hit as many of these European shows, especially this one. This isn't Europe. This is Middle East. But big money here at stake, $100,000 that, Behrouz would have been $100,000. He would have passed up 6 figures had he decided, well, I've got my Olympic qualification. I'll just keep trying to get to the Olympia. All right, and that takes us to Behrouz. And I apologize, there's a few extra seconds here showing this massive crowd here in Dubai. It's probably like 150 degrees outside. I'm sure they had some nice air conditioning in there. Very nice production. So here's Behrouz. Yeah. Great physique on this guy. I mean, it would be so great. It would be such a wonderful thing if he could get a visa and get to the Olympia this year. So many bodybuilding fans, so many Olympia fans would be overjoyed to see this guy. Where would he place? I don't know. I'll just say top 10 and leave it at that, because beyond that, who knows? It's going to be an uber, ultra competitive Mr. Olympia, as it always is. But I don't see him doing any worse than like 6th or 7th. And again, I know it's very crowded at the top. We're talking about Hadi Chupin, Derek Lunsford, Samson Dauda, Andrew Jacked, Nick Walker, Hunter Labrada, Krizo. There's some heavy hitters, some big names in the Olympia, some very accomplished men. Brandon Curry, can't forget about Brandon. Rami, I don't think is coming back this year. I don't think Rami's going to be in the Olympia. That's just but look at that. Look how sharp. His side shots are just nuts. Such deep, clear separation between the quads, the hams, the glutes, that tricep hang. Beautiful physique. Yeah. All right. Let's get to, I'm just going to loop the judging, leave that on a loop, and get to your questions and comments. Let's do that. All right. Goku Luffy, welcome. Bonac got robbed. Behrouz got the advantage because from the Middle East. Yes, I believe you. No, who knows? And Mr. Busy says Goku is another clown emoji. He thinks you're a clown for saying that. Behrouz won it. Now Chris can be thankful he did not take that $100,000 bet. Yeah, what was the bet? That if the Cormier bet was going to bet someone that Rubiel would win the show? And had he been like super shredded, who knows how well he would have done. We'll never know. Shame Rubiel was so off. It's true, Darren, but there's a few more shows. I mean, the smart thing for Rubiel to do, and he's got Cormier advising him strategy-wise, so there's shows coming right up. I don't think he's going to necessarily want to go to Tampa next week or Texas because he might not have a visa to get to the U.S. However, you still got the Italy Pro, which I know Hunter Labrada is supposed to be doing. That's on September 8th, and the UK Pro on the 15th of September. So Italy is only, oh boy, that's a while away. But, that would give him a good amount of time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would give him 6 whole weeks. That's plenty of time to really dial it in. So I hope Rubiel's not done for the season. I hope he does hit the Italy show. Maybe Rubiel can afford a good immigration turn now. Yeah, Darren, I don't know if that would be the solution. We know Hadi gets here because he's an employee of Evogen Nutrition, his coach, Hani Rambod Supplement Company, Hani. So he's technically an employee of Evogen, and it's a USA-based company. So he can probably get a work visa. I'm guessing that's how he gets here, work visa. I saw someone saying, well, Hani should just sponsor Behrouz. And this is big money we're talking about, guys. People don't just throw money around like that. hire an athlete just so they can get to the Olympia. Paul Bartlett, congrats, new pro. Paul won the 35 and over overall at the Masters Nationals. Congratulations. 6'1", big boy. Behrouz insanely good front double by. It's very important to have that as well as front relax. You can be weaker than the other shots. First impression. I agree, Paul. That is the first pose that we all see. And I'd say, as many shows as I've been to, and it's, God, I don't know how many that is. Like between national level shows and pro shows, I bet I've been to like 500 shows over the years, over the past 34 years. It's the first impression you get. And I'd say most of the time I've been able to accurately figure out the top 5. I can come up with my top 5 based on that one shot, the first pose. And rarely does it ever change much. Sometimes it ends up changing because from the back, somebody looks way better or worse. But a lot of times you can get the initial placings are a very good idea from that one pose. It shows the structure, the shape, all the development from the front. Kultawa Skolna, a little big round of surprise for Behrouz. William Bonac was shredded. He's so much. Yeah, I think it just came down to a prettier shape and structure on the part of Behrouz. Bonac is amazing. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from William Bonac. Behrouz, though, it's just he's got wider clavicles. He's got a longer torso. Bonac has that short torso, kind of like Kai Green. And it's just not as aesthetically pleasing. I mean, you see it in a lot of shots, how the superior structure gives Behrouz the advantage. The front double, the front lat. From the side, they all look great. But, geez, look at that. Behrouz's side shots are just killer. Paul Bartlett also didn't catch the show, but I don't think he was doing that weird glute flexing shit. Yeah, I mean, if most of these guys are good at taking feedback, and I don't know how many of their social media comments they read, when they post their wins or something, but a lot of people were mentioning that glute flexing thing that Behrouz was doing. Abdullah had 100. Oh, okay. So here's the bet that was, I think it was on Olympia TV earlier in the last week, right? Abdullah, the coach, former head coach, I think he's left the position, head coach of Oxygen Gym in Kuwait, said Abdullah Al-Tabi had 100,000 bet that Behrouz would beat Rubiel. Oh, so it's a good thing Cormier didn't take that bet. Abdullah's probably got $100,000. I don't know if Cormier. I don't know if either one of them has $100,000 to spare. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to bet on the result of a show. Maybe I can see it betting on the Olympia, but come on, guys. Goku and Mr. Busy going at each other. He's a big clown, probably from the Middle East. Yeah, there's a lot of favor. I've noticed we all tend to favor people from our particular part of the world. Whatever. It is what it is. This is dancing from Chris Comer, LOL. Rubiel, Rubiel's Colombian, and they get down and boogie down there. So I don't know. He's probably been dancing all his life. Rubiel looks like heavy tank. Yeah, we'll look at his routine again, but I was not overly impressed. Rubiel's waist too thick, Ron. I agree. I was watching the end lineup, and his waist looked too thick in comparison to Behrouz. If he was up there against Nick would have still won, but he also has a thick waist. Yeah, neither one of them has a small waist. I think proportionally, Nick is a better bodybuilder right now than Rubiel. He's got a better. They both have sort of a. People say Nick's legs aren't quite big enough. I disagree. I think Nick Walker's legs are fine for his upper body. Rubiel's legs are a little too big for his upper body. I mean, he needs to back off the leg train or get the upper body bigger. But I don't know how much bigger he's going to be able to get his upper body at this point. He's so advanced. Would you reckon these top 3 could be top 10 at the Olympia? Does that make Behrouz like top 7 potential over Antonio? Yeah, I mean, they're all up in that. It's impossible to predict, but they're all at that same or similar level where they're all top 10 guys in my mind. Who could beat who? It would come down to who looks good on the day of the show. Because I mean, look at this. This season so far, Bonac already beat Behrouz at the Empro show in Spain. Behrouz beat Nathan before. Nathan beat Bonac in Portugal, and today Behrouz beats them all. So Behrouz would beat Hunter 100%. So start. Poor Hunter. Well, let's see what Hunter looks like at the show. Let's give him a little credit because we haven't seen him on stage in condition in a while. So let's see if he's made some improvements. Hunter's like the measuring stick for top 8, a gatekeeper, as they say. Oh, he did do 4th place at that Olympia a few years ago. So Hunter's been way up there. it's just a matter. He just needs to get that extra little bit of condition. Just he's in a similar situation as I would say Samson. Samson just needs that little bit of extra condition, little bit extra. Come through the Mexican border. I'm gonna put up Rubiel again. What the heck? Why not? Everyone loves Neckzilla. Very great nickname, and he's a freak. Rubiel is a freak, but that waist, I'm just not in love with the shape and structure and everything. I mean, the side shots, when guys have structural issues, their side poses are usually awesome, and they're like crab most muscular, because those are side chest, side tricep, and the most muscular shots. You can hide a lot of structural flaws. Like, I mean, take Dave Palumbo, for example, a guy who should have been a pro, realistically, based on how the pros, how many guys turn pro now, but he looked awful in the front double bicep. Every structural flaw was exposed, but his side shots, side chest, side tricep, and his most muscular shots were insane. They were really good. So, come to the Mexican board. Well, that's not going to work after this November, is it? Oops, did I say that? Actually, next January. Let's see. Chris forgot to tell Rubiel to bring a go-go dancer stage, and that will fly in Dubai. Yeah, well, someone actually corrected me and said the fact that they didn't have women's divisions wasn't because it was in Dubai, which is a Muslim country, but they're one of the more progressive Muslim countries, I guess. But it was being promoted by Oxygen Gym in Kuwait. The Kuwait people, they were the ones promoting it. And I guess for whatever reason, they didn't choose to have women's divisions. So, winning person run. I had Behrouz winning. Yeah, when I was looking at the judging, it was clear to me. I mean, he just had the total package: size, shape, structure, condition. You know, he's still not the greatest poser. I still think he's a little bit awkward, a little bit robotic at times. But man, what an overall package! He was the best guy on stage today. Paul agrees with me. Great minds think alike. Behrouz absolutely deserved the win. One would expect that it would be some kind of fugazi, but the judging here was actually perfect. Yeah, I don't think we've had too many cases lately where you could really complain about the judging. I think the judging's been pretty damn spot on. Granted, there's been some shows where people were very upset at certain outcomes, like Rafael beating Tony O'Burton at the Arnold Classic Brazil. A lot of people had issues with that. There were a couple other shows, but for the most part, I think the judges do a pretty damn good job, and it's hard, man. These guys when you get to the top 3 or 4, typically they're so close. They all have strong points and weak points, and the judges have to try to decide who's got the best overall package, the best collection of all the attributes they're looking for. Let's go back to brand and go back to we'll loop that. Yeah. First call out. Sorry, I'm covering up their legs. I'm sorry, but this is the only way we can read the comments. De La Rosa versus Mo Foda. We have winning next week. Oh, that's Tampa. Oh, that's great. Foda's doing that, huh? Wow, that's going to be good. I don't know. Foda's very good, but you know what? So is De La Rosa. De La Rosa's no joke. So he's a Patrick Tour guy. Foda's working with Boss of Outlaw, Stefan Kienzel. I don't know. They're both really good. Let's see who looks the best up on stage. Largo Sarce Behrouz could potentially be top 6. Yeah, I mean that's not too much of a stretch. It really isn't. I mean, you think about who like your 6th place guys typically are. It's like a Hunter or a Krizo, and yeah, Behrouz. I think Behrouz already beat Krizo once this season. Wayne says best Hunter would be Behrouz, the dude's legs are better. Yeah, Hunter's got better legs. I think Behrouz has a better back. He gets in a better condition. So again, it's going to be judges will have to figure out what deserves what attributes do they value higher than others. If you're that's why it's hard for a lot of fans, because they tend to favor just one or two things. They're only looking at a couple different qualities like size and condition, whereas judges are looking at that, but they're looking at structure. They're looking at shape. They're looking at condition, presentation, a whole laundry list. Yeah. I think slight gift was given to Rubiel, which judging was basically spot on. Yeah, I mean, Rubiel's condition could have dropped him down a couple spots, but it's bodybuilding, and Weinberger is traditionally had a little bit of favoritism toward the really big, freaky guys. He's a New Yorker. He likes muscle. It's bodybuilding, so I don't have a huge problem with that. But yeah, Hunter's underrated. He was complete in only 31. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Hunter's in that position like Sergio Oliva Jr., where because he has a famous father, Sergio's case has had, people think he's a golden child. He was born with that silver spoon in his mouth. He's just been a spoiled brat where everything was given to him. But Hunter's worked his butt off to get where he is. You don't look like that. I mean, yeah, he had genetics handed down to him, and he had great advice and mentorship from his father, one of the greatest posers of all time, one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time, Lee Labrada. But Hunter did that all on his own. Dad didn't do the training. Dad didn't do the dieting. Hunter did all that. So today's Hadi and Derek, the Olympia top 10 is so stacked more. We're doing Curry days. Yeah, the Olympia goes in cycles of how competitive it is, where sometimes the lineups aren't as competitive or thrilling. Then they come back. Catherine says, judging was spot on for this show. Let's go back to another judging. I was judging one. This is a different clip. Yeah. Beer was also 31. He seems to be battling for years. Yeah, we've seen, if you pay attention, you'll see every few years the Olympia lineup sort of changes. And you do see a lot of the same guys in the top 5, top 6 for years and years. But then those guys start either going down the placings or they retire, and you get new talent rising up the ranks, taking their place. It's like any sport. The old talent leaves, new blood comes in. Mr. Jenks, Rubiel gets serious about winning. He can make some waves. I don't know if he wasn't serious about winning. He's still learning. He's still on a learning curve. He's still figuring it all out. Condition seems to be the one aspect he really needs to focus on, because size, gosh, does he really need any more size? Let's see. I'll put him up again. Everyone loves Rubiel. Yeah. I mean, his legs don't need any more size. That's for damn sure. Maybe his arms, only because his legs, they're not going to get any smaller. And, his arms, they're huge. If you just see a picture of his upper body, his arms look enormous. But then when you see the totality of the physique, you see they don't match those legs. Those legs are ridiculous. We need Behrouz in America. I agree, Sean. I agree. I'd love to see him competing here. Hopefully he goes to Italy, compete against Hunter. I feel he will. He did this show and he didn't have to. He's already qualified, but it was big money. Italy, not as much money. So I don't know if he's going to keep going. It's another 6 weeks away. I hope Rubiel does it, only because this was not the best Rubiel he could have brought. He could have been a lot sharper and tighter. He needs to come down. I want to say, I agree with Giles Tiger. He said about 15 pounds. I think that's where he'd be right around 15 pounds lighter. Nick is winning Mr. Olympia this year. Maybe. Could be Hadi getting his title back. Could be Derek Lunsford keeping the title for a second year in a row. Could be Samson Dauda. Andrew Jack is looking crazy right now. We can't leave Andrew Jack out of the conversation. Man, I need a lot of water to get by. Why did Tim Budasham not do this? He would have beaten Rubiel. Yeah, I think he would have. I don't know if he would have. I mean, condition-wise, he would have stomped all over. He would have been far more. Yeah, he needs more chest too. I can see that now. Chest could be better. It's an odd-looking body. It's just not Rubiel. It's just not aesthetically pleasing. He's a big, freaky guy, but I love some of the shots. Some of the shots I'm just not in love with. Side shots are crazy. His most muscular are crazy. He's got some good back shots. Sean agrees. Nick Walker for the win. Anyway, we can see Derek will be the people's champ. Well, I don't think too many people would be shocked in the least if Hadi Choopan gets his title back this year. He looked phenomenal at the Arnold UK and the Arnold USA, particularly the UK show. He was even sharper. He looked better there than he did at the Olympia, where he took second to Derek. A lot of people feel that Hadi would have beat the 2023 Derek Lunsford at the Mr. Olympia. However, Derek's had a whole year. Derek's been, he had a great off season. He's going to be improved, so we don't know. And he's got an awesome coach, the same coach as Hani Rambod. So he's going to be looking pretty crazy. It's going to be interesting. Probably someone has to beat this guy. Well, not necessarily. Behrouz versus Rafael Brandao. Who do you think is better? I'd go with Behrouz. Personally. Will Andrew compete this year? Yeah, Sean. Andrew's actually competing. In 2 weeks, you'll see him, actually 13 days, you'll see him at the Texas Pro because he still needs to pick up his Olympia qualification. He is doing Texas Pro August 10th in the Dallas, Texas area. Yeah. Best Hadi beats best Nick. Hadi had Nick on conditioning and better legs. Maybe Nick has better back and arms. Nick has better arms than just about anybody. I would not say Nick has a better back than Hadi. No. Arms, yeah, that's pretty. Nick Walker's arms are among the craziest in the sport right now. Even Nick said Hadi's arm condition was amazing. It would be his New York. Oh yeah, Hadi would have walked all over Nick. The way Hadi looked. I mean, Hadi's been Mr. Olympia. He's been Mr. Olympia runner-up. I mean, Nick hasn't done that yet. Nick's been third place, which is really good. Don't get me wrong. But Hadi's been Mr. Olympia, and he's been very high up in the Olympia from day one. There was a photo of Hadi leg, and one of them looked small. I do believe his, because I remember one leg did look a little bit smaller. Who won the People's Champ last year at the Olympia? I think wasn't it Hadi? I think it was Hadi. I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure it was Hadi Chupon. Pretty sure. Rubiel hype is forget conditioner, end up like another Victor Richards. Well, at least Rubiel has gone on stage with other pros and competed. Vic Richards, they basically gave him a pro card back in the late 80s because he was so popular by staging a Mr. Nigeria contest, which back then you couldn't turn pro by winning some national show in Africa. You had to win like World Amateur Championships or something. Anyway, they gave him a pro card just for whatever reason. He never used it. He never competed as a pro, never got into contest condition, put it on the line. So Rubiel needs a lot of respect for the fact that he gets up there with the best. He doesn't pick easy shows. He did the Romania show last fall, which was not an easy show. I think I need to get off of stop showing him. Yeah. Think Behrouz can wing against Brandao with those legs? Yeah. His legs aren't awful. And from the side, his legs are pretty damn great. His legs aren't that bad. Yeah, Rafael's got better legs. But look at that. You're telling me Behrouz doesn't stand a chance? I'm not saying he would stomp all over Rafael. I think Rafael would give him a good fight. But if you ask me which physique I would see winning, if I'm judging, I'd go with Behrouz. Hadi's right leg has always been smaller than his left. Doesn't matter. They both have full development skill on that. Legs. Yeah, Paul, I agree. It's not like a huge imbalance. It's not like your eyes are drawn to it like, oh no, what happened to his leg? It's not like that. It's a little bit smaller, and you sort of have to really look to catch it. It's not glaringly obvious. Nick, Hadi, Andrew. Okay, so that's Catherine's Olympia order is Nick first, Hadi second, Andrew third. Oh, you got Andrew beating Derek. Oh boy. Okay. Wayne, Hadi is a master poser with the mandatories, keeps guiding all the time. It's not a creative poser with all the mandatories. Yeah. Yeah, I thought he looked phenomenal at the Arnold. I do like his mandatory posing. He doesn't do anything fancy. He gets right into the pose, hits it, holds it, and hits them all to the best of his ability. Doesn't you never look at Hadi and say, he should put his arms up this way or do that. He's adjusted everything he needs to. For sure, Behrouz can beat Brandao. 90s bodybuilders. Martin versus Behrouz. I have Martin Fitzwater. I got Behrouz beating him. Sorry. Boy, I'm very un-American today. I got Behrouz beating all the Americans. Oh, no. Rafael's Brazilian. What am I saying? What do you think, Ron? Andrew versus Behrouz. Yeah, can we different? Oh, I think Andrew would beat Behrouz. I think Andrew would. Andrew Jacked has made some good improvements. Let's look at some pictures, guys, because I want to show you some high-res images from Jonathan Morrow, photographer over there in Europe. Great photographer. Yeah, I see what you're saying. There's Behrouz with the trophy. And his legs aren't awesome. They're not. but you know, overall, the overall package, he deserved the win. It's a very fresh, clean look. His body doesn't look beat up, tired, nothing like that. That's a cool variation on the double bicep I used for the thumbnail. He's pretty happy. He's got that 100 grand. You can buy a lot of protein powder with 100 grand. That's a cool shot right there. And there's Sean Ray giving him the money from Panada. I should have been at this show, guys. I should have been there, but I don't have any sponsors that would have brought me out there. That was your men's physique winner, Aaron Banks. No surprise, Mr. Olympia. Men's physique Olympia champ, I should say. Champ of Dubai. Breon won the classic. No real surprise there. That guy there looked very good, though, too. We'll look at it. The second place guy, we had him on the preview. Vahid Badpai from Iran. He was really very strong runner-up. Good job, Breon. He's staying in the Olympia. He's staying in the classic division, I should say. Yeah, obviously he's going to stay in the Olympia. There's Aaron Banks. Trying to get to 212 for you. Yeah, so Angel Calderon Frias picked up 20 grand today. Looked really good. He was our heavy favorite when we did our preview a few days ago. Heavy favorite to win. This kid, I call him a kid. He is a kid. That was second place. Second place in the 212. What's his name? There's Nihat Kaya from Turkey. I think he's only 21 years old. Looked phenomenal. Great job. There's some good shots of the top three. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, the double bicep. He just dominates that pose in this lineup. Behrouz. Look how wide he is in that front lat. Nathan is too. Not a great shot for William, that front lat sprint. They all look great from the side, from that side chest. Behrouz has that crazy split there. Actually, geez, look, Bonac looks phenomenal there too. I think the lighting was catching Nathan a little unfavorably there. All had the glutes dialed in, the backs nice and tight. Great lat spreads from all three. Great side triceps, all three guys, all top three. This is hard, man. Imagine being a judge. And, you have no biases. A lot of you guys, you're biased. You're biased. A lot of you Middle Eastern guys, you're biased towards Behrouz. A lot of you Nathan fans, a lot of you, if you're a fan of somebody, it's hard for you to sort of be objective. That's a great shot there. Yeah. Let's go back to some comments. Is Heidi the only bodybuilder? Oh man, I never had that on. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm sorry. I gotta go put that back. All those shots I was talking about, you couldn't even see them because I had the video up. Oh, dumbass. Oh well. Those are all on Jonathan Morrow, his channel, his Instagram page. Let's go back to some of your comments here. Rubiel gets serious about winning. You got comparison. That's how he beats physique. He's a master poser. The mandatory keeps getting at all times. Yeah. We already looked at that one. Sorry. Saw that one. I like Behrouz, but he's not beating Martin Fitzwater. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we will see. You never know, guys. Stranger things have happened. Gotta give props to Bonac still holding his own, such a veteran. Yeah, he's been a pro for about, I want to say, close to 15 years now. It's been a while. Less body fat from warm climate, lemon length, all correct for evolution, mankind, different climates, fact of life. Yeah, we're all humans, but we're different breeds. People adapted to different climates, different environments, different terrain. So just like, different birds and squirrels adapted to different environments. Humans have little variations based on where they evolved. Reverend Terrain. Could have Kai Green today in shape done anything at this? Yeah, I think Kai at his best would have won this. Kai was amazing, guys. Kai was no joke. He was second place in the Olympia 3 years in a row to Phil Heath, who was just dominant in that span of time. Kai won the Arnold 3 times, I think. Won the New York Pro twice. Kai was great. He would have won. Paul agrees with me because Paul's a smart guy. Kai would have won easily. Do I remember Pavel Yabliniki? Of course. In fact, he's from Czech Republic. He's retired now. The very first bodybuilding magazine I ever got, I got it free in the mail. It was a Flex magazine, the September 87 issue with some woman on the cover. I got it because I had bought a can of Weider protein powder, and you got it free. And it had coverage of the 87 World Amateur Championships. And Pavel was, I think he was a light heavyweight winner or the heavyweight winner that year. Crazy delts. I mean, I was very impressed with. I'd never seen that type of muscle density and maturity before. So yeah, I was a fan of his. He was just, he did pretty well as a pro for a long time. Oh no, how would Behrouz beat Nick Walker since Martin only lost to Nick by 1 point? I mean, guys, you can go crazy with these permutations and trying to figure out who would beat who. I choose not to go crazy. I'm already crazy. So, yeah. Pavel was always in shape, too small for this. I don't know, Paul. He wasn't a small guy. I think he's bigger. If you go back and look, he was bigger than you probably remember. I think he was about 5'8", competed around 230, 240. Let's say like 235, 240 is my best guess. And he was not a small guy. He was pretty thick. Nah, he wasn't too small in the 90s. No, he wasn't. Took like second at the Night of Champions in a lineup of like 40 guys. Very deserving win for Behrouz. Too bad he's never ranked the Olympia, unless they've been abroad. I don't see that ever happening. I think we're going to be seeing the Olympia in Las Vegas for a very long time. I don't see that changing. But yeah, I don't think we're going to see Behrouz in the U.S. until he can get something figured out with the visa, whether that means getting a U.S. company, maybe a clothing company would sponsor or something. I mean, there's so many other companies. It doesn't have to be a supplement company, clothing or a weight belt or something. I don't know. I mean, he needs to figure it out. I know who Bonac is, but who won? Guy on the left or right? Guy in the middle won, Darren, if you look at the screen now. Behrouz Tabani from Iran. He's really good. Check him out. Yeah, Behrouz. Big Behrouz. I'm European. Behrouz fan is best physique can open. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to be Middle Eastern to be I remember one time I said, something like Rami has so many Middle Eastern fans, and someone immediately corrected me saying he's got fans from all over the world. Why you make it sound like only Middle Eastern people like Rami? And I was like, you're right. I tend to be that ugly American a lot of times. Yaroslav Horvath. That was I think he was another Czech Republic guy. Perfect Slavic physique minus a bicep tear. Slavic. Yeah, I mean, I'm half Slavic, if you haven't figured it out yet. Reverend Terminator, I would imagine he lost some mass now, but I hear you guys. Oh, Pavel. Yeah, Pavel's got to be like 60 now. He's got to be maybe older. Thank you, sir. Yeah. But Pavel was really good. He was really good. Yeah. What else we got? I need to go back because I wasn't showing you guys all the pictures. So there's some good shots of William. These are on Moriau, Moriau photo. His page. He's a great photographer. Nice images here. Really crisp, high-res images. On Instagram at Moriau, Moriau photo. Nice shots. There's Behrouz from the back. These overdeveloped glutes actually help him because when they're striated, like Ronnie had enormous glutes, and when they were striated, it was just like, geez. Nathan looks great, man. This bicep it didn't come back as good as, didn't really come back to its former glory the way that one did because he's torn both of them. But Nathan brought a good look today, really good look. Rubiel, freak, work in progress, needs bigger arms, bigger tries particularly to match these legs. Look at those legs. They are ridiculous, ridiculous. Yeah, you can see this. It's just he's soft from the back. This is all soft. He needed to come down lighter, but he brought the freak factor. Who was that? These are just other. That was that guy that took 5th place. That's Ali Edward Kargban from United Arab Emirates. It was just a random assortment of. So classic. There's Breon. Did he tag these guys? Romana. No, he didn't tag him. Breon wins another show. He's already qualified for the Olympia for life anyway. If you didn't realize that, yeah, there's a 2nd place guy. Really impressed me. That was Vaid Bedpai from Iran. Right here next to Breon to his right. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that conditioning. Great job, Breon. I just want to show Angel before we leave. Oh, there's some good shots of Breon. Breon's always had the craziest biceps, arms in general. Legs are still really good. They were a little better years ago, but arms haven't gone anywhere. I'm not sure who that is. There's Vahid. They tag him? Nope, didn't tag him. More classic guys. Got the whole line. There's Edward John Augustine from France. Bionic bodybuilder. Lee Banks, congratulations. Lee Banks, Olympia champ. Just picked up a big chunk of change today. Men's physique lineup was huge. I think there's like 40 guys. Here we go. 212 lineup. Yeah, this is the kid next to me. I think he's 21. That's Nihat Kaya from Turkey to the left there. And there's Nasser Mohammed. Can't recall who that is. Did you tag them all? No, you didn't tag them. Strong 212 lineup today. Yeah. Good job, Angel. Calderon. Angel has been 2nd at the Olympia. One of you guys corrected me. In our Power Hour preview, both Giles and I couldn't seem to remember him doing any better than 3rd. But in 2022, when Sean Clarita won the Olympia, he was in 2nd. Angel was, and Kamal Algarni was in 3rd. I thought it was the other way around, but I was wrong. I've been wrong, like 1,000 times. Great look. Angel's just a tank. His waist actually looks a little better here, more narrow. I've seen him where I thought he looked blockier, but clearly it was just bad photo. And these are your top 212 guys today. Really good quality show. This guy is only 21. He's a kid. Give that kid a couple of years. Anyway, yeah. Oh my God. Let's go. Stop screen. Go back to banners. Go back to brand. Let's loop this. What the heck? Some more comments. I'm going to go walk branch. Let's see. We're talking about older bodybuilders. Yaroslav Horvath with 212. How only week 1.6 is back. Yeah. Nathan is training Dubai or Kuwait now. I don't know if he's staying there. I'm not sure. I mean, he's got his gym in Liverpool, UK. I don't know if he would be staying anywhere else. It's hard to say. Seeing better photos just now. I wonder if maybe Bonac got ripped off. No, I don't think so, Paul. I mean, it really goes back to just structure and shape. And Tabani, Behrouz had him on those things. Go in the O and make Vegas unsafe. I don't know, Loho. I would need a sponsor. I'm not going to spend my own money to go, unfortunately, because I love doing this stuff, but I got to pay the bills, and I can't spend a lot of money on something that I'm not making money at. That's bad math. Jesus Christ, Bonac looks amazing. Oh yeah, Bonac's a freak. Bonac is not. He's no joke. He's not to be disparaged. At least it's huge. If you win the Olympia, I don't get to go every year. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, Darren. Honestly, like if Samir Bannout, who's like 60 years old, if he wanted to compete in the Open Olympia, I don't think they could stop him. He's a Mr. Olympia champ. Lee Haney. I think they could. Ronnie. I think they could all jump in if they really wanted to. It's a lifetime qualification. First time Milos Behrouz meet in person. Behrouz wants to come out of show. Yeah. I mean, what are the odds? Yeah, good for Behrouz. Good for Milos. I'm happy for him. Qualifying for life under current rules. Yeah. Oh yes, cool. Thank you guys. All right, guys. We got one more. Great hair. Ah, I like to make some 50 years younger. So I look 4. Ah, shit. Good Lord. Okay. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of the footage. Okay. And I think that'll do it, guys. That'll do it. It's been close to an hour. So let me go back to the banners. Put the judging. So these were your results one last time, guys. Your winner was Behrouz Tabani. Runner-up was William Bonac. Third place was Nathan de Asha. Fourth place, Rubiel Neckzilla Mosquera. Fifth place, Ali Edward Cargbo from United Arab Emirates. Really good show in Dubai. They put out some sweet prize money for these guys. Behrouz walked away with $100,000 today. That's awesome. Love to see these athletes getting more money because they work so damn hard. And it's a tough, tough sport. It's never ending. They work year round, 24/7, the eating, the sleeping, everything. So that's it, guys. I think that'll do it. Remember, guys, this doesn't cost you a dime, but it helps me out if you subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Like the video, share it on your social media platforms, ring that notification bell. It's around there somewhere so you know when I'm putting out new content. Want to keep making better and better content. I'm looking at an interview later this week with Tyler Bowman, aka Musclehead 320. He's out of prison. He's on home arrest now, something like that. Anyway, that's going to be a cool interview coming up later this week. Hope you guys catch that. But if you have your notifications on, you'll know all about it. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you all. Now I got to go walk my beautiful pit bull Labrador Retriever mix branch. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you right here next time. Peace.